Hey guys, I'm not crying. I just had like a full minute yawn and made my face red. But no, I'm just incredibly tired, but I can't sleep because insomnia. It's super fun. But I'm recording this at 2:23 in the morning, and I've been up all day, all that jazz. So I'm quite tired, but my insomnia is acting up, and it's acting up because this for the last week I've been going through a bit of a depression spell. Not too bad, not too serious, and to my friends who I know will text me and be like, "Are you okay? Do you need anything?" I'm fine. I don't need anything. I will be fine. It's not that bad. Um, Thank you. And the I don't know what beforehand. I don't know the word I'm looking for. But I know this is a great angle. Um, just like getting out of the bed to turn the lights on and grab the camera was a bit of a struggle because I was like, do I have enough space on my phone? Is the lighting okay? But no, it wasn't. But I wanted to record this while I was in a depression spell for a few reasons, kind of to show you, because I've told you guys how I'm high functioning and what that kind of looks like for me, and also I want to talk about it because I did the mental health series thing very when I first started this channel, and I was just like, you talk to people, blah blah blah, but I say that, and you should, but I'm very bad about talking about it myself. It's like I say, so I feel a little bit hypocritical about that. But yeah, it's just I find it really hard for me to talk about it, and or when I'm in a depression spell, for a few reasons. Um, I'll stop saying eventually, one day. But you see, like with mine, I can laugh, I can smile, I can seemingly seem normal, seem happy or whatnot, while internally I feel like I'm falling to pieces, and just barely holding on and keeping it together, which is kind of how this last week's been. And like normally I can pinpoint what's causing it, and it's just a myriad of different things in life that I just have very little control over, and I've been trying to fix and get done, and they're just not happening, and new stuff coming up, and it's just a of stuff, and it's just wearing down on me, and I'm not even getting joy out of the things that normally bring me joy, because and that might sound like I'm stressed out, but I'm not even stressed out. It's just straight depression. But sorry, I know I look a hot mess. Don't really care. And that's another thing. I kind of don't. Normally, I'll try to present myself well, or it's summer in Georgia, so I'm gonna be melting anyways, so it doesn't really matter. I'm trying to get this in a comfortable place, where I'm not out of frame, but you actually see my whole face. But yeah. So like cosplay, I absolutely love it, and I've been working on stuff, and I'm enjoying it, but I'm doing it for the sake of getting it done, rather than telling myself, okay, but you are being productive. You might be in this depression spell, but you are being productive. And I'll get back to that in just a second. We'll go back to why I feel like it's hard for me to talk about my depression when I'm having a depression spell. And I don't know how to say this without sounding shitty. I don't like to talk about it because the majority of the time when I do, I feel like the people I'm talking to aren't listening. And it's not one specific person I'm talking to. I try talking to it about to several different people. And that may not be fair to them, and it may not be true even, but just kind of, it just might be more like they don't know how to respond, which is completely understandable. But it's just kind of, you're like, you're saying these things, you're just like, yeah, I'm kind of feeling down, and, or just kind of out of it, not really myself, you know, blah blah blah, and they're like, okay, like, what am I supposed to do with that? So I kind of just will stop talking about it and move on to the next topic. So yeah, so I just, and it kind of also, along that same thought process, is just like, you feel like you're bothering people, which I know my friends would say I'm not, but it just feels that way. It feels like you come off as annoying, as frustrating, I don't know, exhausting, all that stuff. The same words for different words for the same thing. And so you just kind of keep trying to have that facade of, I'm fine, everything's fine, nothing's wrong, I don't feel terrible or anything. So yeah. Like, it can stop any second now. I see my whole face gets red when I yawn. Do I have any water? I do have water. But yeah, that's like, I would say that's the number one reason. It's just like, I either don't feel like I'm being heard, or I feel like a burden when I talk about it. Even if that's not true in the slightest, that's just how I feel, and feelings are hard to control, as anyone with any feelings ever know that. I've said so many times in the last 8 minutes. It's ridiculous. But yeah, so that's like that's 2 reasons. And I think also, I don't want to, and this is just also stems from the what's it called, when like society has a negative thought process on something, around something. It's not stimulized. Not stimulus. You guys know what I'm talking about. Stigma. That's what it is. Stigma around mental health is kind of shown as a weakness in a way, and I don't want to ever be seen as weak in any form whatsoever. Mental, physical, emotionally, any of that, which is really toxic, because to yourself, because it's having depression and anxiety and everything that comes with that isn't a weakness. It's just the chemicals in your brain are acting up or not producing what they need to be producing. But even knowing that, is just, it kind of helps, but at the same time you're like, well, I still feel like my life is falling apart. I feel fat today. I don't look as good as I normally do. All my friends hate me. Nobody actually cares. You just go through the thought processes that may very well, that aren't true. Like, you can know they're not true, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you tell yourself to combat that, or what your friends and family tell you. It's still eating away at you at the back of your mind. But you just kind of continue and be like, you put that fake smile on. You might be happy for a second, but you put that on, but you're still kind of muted. You're not fully yourself. Like I said, I haven't even been able to play video games. I've been so busy. And another thing this week, it started acting up last week, but it gotten worse this week, is that something's going on with my hands, especially my right one. And this is my dominant hand. And like, I'm thinking it's tendonitis, but I'm not sure. And like I've mentioned before, I don't like to self-diagnose. But it kind of like, it's okay right now, but a lot of times, like when it be resting, it'll clamp up into like a chicken. It'll look like a chicken foot. And like, it doesn't normally hurt. I'm holding the tripod. And right, so it's been cramping up like that. It hasn't been hurting except for today, because I definitely overworked it. Lens is right here. Okay. It's been hurting right through here today, and like down here, my elbow's been hurting. I don't know if that's connected to it, or that's something else altogether. My left hand's been doing it too, but not nearly as badly. But it's mostly that they'll go numb, like they're falling asleep even when I'm using them, and they'll cramp up and they'll stop working, and I have trouble moving them, which is really frustrating. When even to do little things, like it was acting up pretty bad on Sunday, and we went to Korean barbecue, and the chopsticks were shit to begin with. Like, they were flat metal ones, so they were terrible to begin with. And then just not being able to move my hands properly really was frustrating. And it was difficult, but I'm like, I'm not using a fork here. I refuse. Pride before all things. But like today I was bending and shaping and cutting armor or foam to make armor, and I was having to like hold it down and the heat gun this way or this, and it really hurts. But that's really frustrating when one of your passions is making things with your hands. And even like editing videos, it hurts. It's really stiff, even though I don't do that much, but there's a lot of dragging and marking and little movements and stuff in editing. But yeah, the thing and stuff like that. So, and then that just kind of adds on to how I was already feeling, which wasn't so great. To begin with, it was pretty bad Monday. It wasn't terrible, and I mentioned in a video last week, I don't remember which one it was, that this time last year was really bad, much worse than it is now, and I think that's part of it. The same time last year, I found out I had HPV, and that then that confirmed that my ex was sleeping around, and then he just completely lost his mind and had to deal with all that crap. And it put me in a really bad place, and things weren't going great at the job then, because I had been put in that, and it was just, I was in a bad place all around. So I'm much better than I was last year, but I think it's just kind of residual things, being like, it's that time of this happened that time last year, and I'm completely clear of HPV, got all that good, we're straight, I'm good. Cervix is good, cancer free, nothing there, so that's good. But yeah, so yeah, I think those are, and then also another, and back to why it's so difficult for me to talk about when I'm in a depressive episode, is like, yeah, I don't want people to see me weak, in any shape or form, especially men. I know this will sound terrible, but I just cannot stand the thought of any man seeing me as a weak woman that can't hold her own, that can't take care of herself, that is needs somebody, has to depend on somebody. I can't stand that. And by horrible, I mean like sexist. But I just cannot stand the idea of a man taking care of me. I mean, I can take care of myself. Not like if I'm feeling sick, like I have a cold and I can't get out of bed, and they're like, I'm getting you chicken noodle soup, that's fine. But it's just like, I'm gonna pay for everything, or you're weak, I'll pick it up, or I'll lift that thing for you, or I'll run in front of you and open the door. Don't do that shit. I think I've talked about that. Don't do that. Just treat me with the same respect that I give you. If I don't ask for your help, then I don't need it. And, like, I don't, just respect that, please. If I need your help, I will ask for it. I might have to swallow my pride and then ask for help, but I will ask for help when I need it. And yeah. What else? Yeah, so yeah. Not that I have many men in my life anyways, but still. There's a cobweb up there and I need to dust that, but I cannot reach up there. I need to get one of those long Estendi, the Swiffer duster thingies to get around my corners. The things you notice at like 2-3 in the morning when you can't sleep. And that's I mentioned this before, but insomnia is one of my side effects of depression. Like, I am exhausted, I just want to sleep, but insomnia is like, nah bitch, that's not happening tonight. And I got shit to do tomorrow. I don't have a whole lot to do tomorrow, but I still have stuff to do. And then Monday I have a lot to do. But yeah, so those are pretty much the reason. And also, I guess I just don't want to seem weak to myself, if that makes any sense. So it's a lot of it just comes back to pride. I'm incredibly prideful. But and just insecurities in general. I have wonderful friends who I know care about me, but it is hard to talk about something with people who aren't prepared to handle it or don't know the right words. And I'm like that. I'm always like, yeah, you can talk to me, and then somebody will come and ask me about stuff, and I'm like, oh, I have no idea how to handle this. So I understand that. Yeah. So, yeah, just insecurities of just like, if I talk about it, then they're gonna be annoyed and not want to be around me, and that's not true at all. But because I purposely surround myself with good people that aren't toxic and pieces of shit. But yeah, my hair's really dry. This hot weather is just no good. No good. My hair's all crispy. And I'm gonna make it greasy. Keep touching it. But yeah, depression really makes the self-doubt and the insecurities come out. So, but like I said, I have high functioning depression. So like, right now it's just a spell. I feel kind of sad, off. Like I feel like I want to cry, but I can't cry. And for no particular reason either. I just need some assurance, I guess, since everything is so up in the air right now with my life in general. I just need like something solid and grounded that I can hang on to, like I can tether myself to, like astronauts on the space station when they go for their spacewalks. Just, you know, something that can pull me back to safety. And I don't feel like I have that right now. And I don't really know why, because nothing has really drastically changed recently or anything like that. But also, like I said, high functioning, so it makes me kind of more aware of my productivity levels when I'm in a depressive spell. So like every day I'm force myself to wake up, and I finally got myself on a good sleep schedule where I can't even sleep past like 10:30 a.m., which is a really big deal because I used to could sleep till like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, which I hated doing, and I was like, I wasted my whole day when I did that. So like 10:30 is like sleeping in, and I still have most of the day and stuff like that. But so this week I have been sleeping till like 10:30. I normally wake up about 9:30 every morning, but it's just kind of been like, I just need sleep. And I guess part of that's like, you don't feel anything when you're asleep, at least not consciously. God. I was like, this video about depression is depressing. I've been rambling for a minute. I need to hurry up. But yeah, and I've also like been neglecting self-care. I did take a nice long hot bath yesterday, and that helped a bit with what's going on here. But yes, it makes me more aware of my productivity levels and how productive I've been and not. And if I've not been productive, I beat myself up even more, which doesn't help. So it's just like this week, Monday was the roughest day so far this week, which was a week ago. I'm filming this Saturday night. This will go up the following Monday. I don't know what the date is. Yesterday was the 27th, so this will go up on the 29th. Saturday. You guys know what I'm talking about. So Monday, a week ago, it was really bad, but I was just forced myself to get up. I recorded a video. I edited the video, posted the video, and got a little bit of cosplay work done. And then I went to the gym for about an hour. And I was like, okay, I did stuff, feeling a little bit better. And then gym helped. And I think because I went to the gym Monday, did I go Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday and Thursday, that really helped a lot. So like yesterday wasn't too bad at all. Wednesday I hung out with some friends, and that helped. So I've kind of just been doing things to get out of my own head. So like all day today, I was I was marathoning basically. You know the BuzzFeed Unsolved one, the true crime and supernatural series. I like was binge watching all of those. So I have background noise, but it's distracting enough to keep me from going into the recesses of my own mind, but not too distracting where I couldn't focus on the task at hand. Yesterday I started applying to grad schools, or a grad school. I have more I'll start applying to next week. I'm going for my second master's because I just love torturing myself, honestly. But I'm looking to get it in historic preservation, because if you check out the 30s video, the goals before 30, or at least to get started in my 30s, I talk about what I want to do, and that's in there. And then after this degree, I want to go get my doctorates, but I need this degree to get the doctorate I want. So yeah. So that was another thing that kind of helped. I'm just really excited about, it's kind of stepping a step closer to getting that tether, that safety net, or like the grounding thing. And yeah, so that was really good. I've been pretty productive, just kind of forcing myself to be productive despite just wanting to lay in bed all day or just play video games. And can't even play video games really with how my thumb is acting up. But yeah, but that's when, after, you know, the day's done and I'm tired and I'm ready to go to bed, that's when it slowly starts to creep back in. And that's hence why the insomnia, because like I start to go to sleep and then my mind starts thinking about all these things that are causing the depression, and I can't sleep. And it's very frustrating because that's all I want to do. Just like sleep. I'll probably end up falling asleep in about an hour or two and waking up at like 9:30 or 10, getting about 6 hours of sleep, which is manageable. It's not great, but it's not terrible either. I don't have to gorge myself on caffeine then. But yeah, so like right now, just kind of give you more insight, I guess. Not too much detail. I'm not going to tell you everything about my life, but yeah, it's just like not having a job and not having a paycheck is really wearing on me. I like being able to pay for things, and right now I can't, and it's really frustrating. And even though I apply to like 10 jobs a day, I haven't gotten a single interview since January, and I've had my resume gone over by a multitude of people from different professional backgrounds to look over it, and they're like, yeah, it looks good. You know, make sure all the keywords are in there and all this and that, and yeah, so it's just kind of like, what am I doing wrong? You know, I got the education, did the internship, I furthered my education, I got management experience, I have all this experience, you know, I did this, and I'm not a job hopper. I'll stay with a company for a long time, and it's just like, I've done everything I was told I was supposed to do, yet nothing's happening. So that's fun. So that's a big chunk of it, and just not. And then, because I can't pay for anything, I have creditors calling all the time, and you know, just that, and it's a lot. So that's the root of it, and then the shit here, and the uncertainty of like my medical stuff, like insurance wise. I'm healthy right now, but I'm good. But I'm not able to renew Medicaid this year, for a number of different reasons, because it's so convoluted. It's such a pain in the ass. But that's a rant for another day. But yeah. So that's just kind of stuff that's going on. It's like, well, with this, I have Peach State insurance, and I'm just like, well, how much does that cover? Am I gonna have to pay $160 out of my pocket for my meds? 'Cause I have to take my meds. I can't just stop them. They're transplant meds. Keep my kidney going and my body accepting it. So, gotta need those. And like, I have a doctor's appointment in November at Emory, and that's stupid amounts of money. And then this crap going on, I need to call the doctor and see if I can get a referral to an orthopedic, and if the orthopedic will take my insurance, and you know, see if they can fix me so I can keep doing what I like to do, and all that jazz. And I just realized we're directly in front of the fan, so mic static noise is going to be awful, and I apologize. I know I've said it's broken in the past. When I was filming that how to fix patches or redo patches on the Prompto jacket, steam got into the mic, and I put it in rice. but it only kind of helped. So, yeah, but yeah, it's a long video. I talked forever. You know, I can do that despite being an introvert and feeling like, oh, I don't have a topic to talk about. I can always somehow find a way to just talk on forever and ever. And say all the time. There are other fillers in the English language. Oh, why I keep using I don't know. It annoys me as well. So, yeah. There's a lot on my mind, and it's eating away at me, and not having any certainties, and it's like, I know I could talk to my friends about it, but at the same time, I feel like I don't have anyone to talk about it to. And like I've said before, this is my free therapy. Not as helpful. Wouldn't professionally or medically recommend it, but it helps a little bit. But yeah. So, I was just thinking it was kind of somewhat hypocritical of me to be like, go talk to people when you're not feeling your best. It's good for you, and then I don't talk about it. I don't tell anybody. Yeah, I can give you a glimpse into how high functioning works, and like I said, you can pretend that you're fine and people will believe you, because especially if you're high functioning and an introvert, you're already quiet all the time, so it's not people don't pick up on it as easily because you already stay home all the time, you don't go out, you don't talk all the time, you don't call people back, or you don't use your phone to call people. You reply, you can even reply to your messages in the same kind of time frame you normally do and stuff like that, so it's harder for people to pick up on, so it's easier to hide, which you might think in that time, in that depressive state, that's a good thing, but don't think that's very helpful at all, actually. But yeah, my hair looks great, you guys. It's fantastic. Actually, I cut it too short. I didn't mean to cut it this short, but it was like 107 degrees, and I was like, cut it all off. It doesn't look, when it's styled, it doesn't look bad. And flock of seagulls stuff going on. Okay, I will stare at my phone for another hour, I'm sure. I've been reading webtoons, but I caught up on all the series I was reading. I gotta find a new one. But maybe attempt to work on something more. Probably won't. Let's not lie to myself on top of everything. But yeah, alright. Thanks for listening, guys. I love you. I hope you have a great day. And it is hard to talk to people about depression and anxiety, especially when you feel like people either don't understand, or they aren't listening, or your insecurities are just screaming at you and stuff like that. But yeah, it helps. I promise it does. Even if you just turn on a webcam or your phone and just talk to yourself for a little bit. You don't have to post it or do anything like that. Just keep it for yourself. Just to get all your thoughts out, or write it all down in a journal, which helps. Just a little something to make it easier on yourself and get you more accustomed to talking about it and stuff like that. So I hope you guys have a great day, night, whatever you're doing, and I will see you. I should be a Wednesday video. I don't know if that vlog's probably not going to happen. The videos are acting up, so I just went to Atlanta Botanical Gardens, and it was really pretty, and Korean barbecue, and a hike in North Georgia, and there was a cave with a waterfall. It was pretty, but I'll probably just post bits of it on Instagram or something, because my editing software and phone recordings don't get along. But so I do have an idea for Friday video. So hopefully we'll have 3 videos this week. we'll have this one. That's depressing as all hell. Wednesday, I got plenty of things I'm working on that I can do a tutorial on. And now that I've gotten more acquainted with the new stuff I was doing, I was learning how to do. And then I got an idea for Friday. But like the depressive episode is why this video wasn't, why the Friday video I have wasn't up this past week. So I was like, I'm gonna record this video. No, I'm not. So, yeah. But, like I've said a million times trying to end this video, as I do, ramble on forever. I love you guys, and I will see you Wednesday, hopefully. Bye, you guys. Love you.